What's good, guys? This is the last minute full card predictions where we go over the full card. I'm gonna give you guys my best bets. A lot of the bets that I like. I'm gonna give you guys specific. I'm not gonna go too much and read all the props. I feel like it goes faster this way, and we cook up in this video this way. This is one of my favorite videos to do at the end of the week every Friday. So if you guys haven't already, just drop me a like really quick. It's the last time I'll ask for it. Here we go. Without further ado, we have to mention who missed weight. Unprofessional, but obviously Rafael Estevam missed weight. The short notice had to do with it, and Tresean Gore missed weight as well. It looked like it was a calculated miss weight, but no matter what, he still missed weight. Rafael Estevam still missed weight. We'll see if tomorrow it plays an effect, because I definitely think it will. We'll talk about that later. We're going to go over the money lines, and then my best bets, and then we're going to quickly go over each and every single one of these fights. Drop a like if you guys haven't already. Piera Rodriguez minus 220. Ketlen Souza plus 176. A lot of people are on Ketlen Souza. Piera Rodriguez is the girl who was winning. She was controlling. I mean, she doesn't really control that very well, but she was winning against Ariana Karol. She headbutted her out of frustration. Ended up getting DQ'd. Her fight IQ is not the best. She can get frustrated. Piera is only 32 years old. 3-2 out of her last 5. Her most 2 recent losses are Gillian Robertson and Ariana Karol. Coming off a great win over Josephine Knudsen. Matched up against, she has 21 takedowns in her 6 UFC fights, so she can shoot, but she can't control it for life dependent on it. Matched up against Ketlen Souza, 15-5, 3-2 out of her last 5. Her most recent losses are to Silva and Angela Hill. She lost to Angela Hill by split. Many thought that she could have won that fight. Let's go over the props. I like Piera Rodriguez moneyline minus 220. Give me Rodriguez moneyline minus 220. Give me Rodriguez by points minus 110. If you want Ketlen, you could take Ketlen by points at a plus 310, or take Ketlen moneyline. A lot of people are on Ketlen. Fight goes the distance, yes, at a minus 290. Rodriguez by KO on points, minus 155. And give me Rodriguez by submission on points at a minus 175. Let's go Piera Rodriguez. I'll go by 29-28, unanimous decision. Let's go, my girl, let's go. Rafael Estevam missed weight. Rafael Estevam minus 520. Felipe Bunes plus 370. Rafael is undefeated. He had a successful Dana White Contender Series debut, great win over Uselyis, and beat Charles Johnson and Jesus Aguilar in the UFC. Estevam tries to close distance, throwing crazy, always has great forward pressure, wild takedowns, not too much technique on the takedowns, but he can throw you down, drag you down, use his strength to his own advantage, kind of like RDR. Once down, he has his bread and butter, he's in his realm, he's in his world, the grappling department. Against Jesus Aguilar, Rafael survived a pretty tight guillotine that I really like to see. I think Rafael Estevam is going to win this fight. Matched up against Felipe. Felipe is a black belt, 14-7 at 35 years old. He's 3-2 out of his last 5. Has decent takedowns. If he ends up getting taken down, you know he's going to throw up sub attempts. Let's go over the props. I like Estevam moneyline. I know it's a minus 520, but guys, we took Shara Bullet moneyline as well. This guy couldn't get a KO. Shara Bullet over Marc-Andre Barrios if his life depended on it. So that's why I like taking moneyline as well, even if you got to pay a little bit more. Give me Rafael Estevam by points at a plus 110. I'll take Estevam by sub, light sprinkle, plus 500. Give me that this fight goes the distance at a minus 122. Give me the over 2.5 at a minus 152. Give me Rafael by submission on points, minus 175. And give me Rafael by KO on points, minus 240. I think it's parlayable. Let's go, my guy, Estevam. I would like him to get a submission, but you know, against a BJJ black belt, it's going to be hard. I like Estevam by decision. I like it for the dub. Let's go. But anything can happen in this fight game. Let's go, my guy, Rafael, for the dub. Now, this is a new fight. Bashi versus, welcome to the UFC, John Yannis. John Yannis is making his UFC debut without Dana White Contender Series or without The Ultimate Fighter. Minus 750 for Bashi. John Yannis plus 490. New fight added. Excuse me, guys. Let me blow my nose. My bad. New fight added. Yannis and Bashi are taking this fight on short notice. Yannis is 9-3, only 31 years old. He has been subbed once by rear naked choke, and he lost by decision to Cameron Smotherman and Eddie Torres. Bashi suffered his first pro career loss to C-Rod. Couldn't maintain control if his life depended on it. Excellent takedowns, but C-Rod was like a bar of soap in the shower. This guy kept on being so slippery. Bashi couldn't control him if his life depended on it. Bashi's only 23 years old. I like Bashi to win. Let's go over the props. We know Bashi's a minus 750. Forget the money line. Bashi by decision plus 250. Bashi by sub minus 110. I like Bashi by sub at a minus 110. Over 1.5 minus 158. I like the over 1.5 as well. This fight doesn't go the distance. Minus 220. But if you don't like that, you can take Bashi by KO or submission. Minus 180. Bashi by submission on points. Minus 350. I like Bashi by sub minus 110. Over 1.5 minus 158. Bashi by submission on points at a minus 350. And Bashi by KO or sub at a minus 180. Give me Bashi to get the job done inside the distance. Let's go, my guy Bashi, for the dub. Let's go. 145, 145, 145. Andrey Pulyaev versus Nick Klein. Nick Klein plus 132. Andrey Pulyaev minus 162. This is a banger scrap. I've had a lot of respect for Nick Klein. On Dana White Contender Series, he's the guy who beat Ronaldo Souza. And he ran up to Dana White and said, John Jones is the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world. Got the contract. We know Nick Klein is a beast. He's got balls made out of steel because this guy jumped in there with Mansour Abdulmalik and he pushed it to Mansour's limits. He knows his limits as well. And when you're in the fight like that and you face that much adversity, even if you lose, you know that you can come back better than ever. Klein is 3-2 out of his last 5. Both of his losses come inside the distance. His only 2 losses, he got KO'd. He's 29 years old. He's tough as nails, good height, good reach, excellent jab, shoots, has great wrestling as well. And he can weather a storm with his wrestling as well. He was bringing it to Mansour Abdulmalik. Matched up against Andrey Pulyaev. Pulyaev is a very good striker. Looks to use his height and reach to his own advantage. As we can see, I didn't expect him to be that much taller. But obviously anything is happening. Anything is possible. He's coming off of that loss to CLD. At 27 years old, he still has time to grow. This is a tough fight to call. Give me Pulyaev. Pulyaev for the dub. Obviously we know that Pulyaev minus 162. I like that money line as well. If you like Klein, you could take Klein by points, plus 430. You can even take his money line. I like Pulyaev by KO, plus 210. Pulyaev by points, plus 310. Will this fight go the distance? No, at a minus 180. Under 2.5, minus 134. And give me Pulyaev by KO or on points at a minus 130. You get a little bit more squeeze out of your value. And I think Pulyaev does get the job done. Let's go Pulyaev for the dub. It's going to be a tough fight, though, because you gotta wrestle. You're not going to go in there with Nick Klein and not wrestle. Alright, Tresean Gore versus Rodolfo Vieira. This is a very important fight. And I think that Tresean Gore eventually might get cut from the UFC. Unfortunately, you cannot have a record that Tresean Gore has. Miss weight, show up, lose. I don't know if he's going to get... I don't know how long until he's in the UFC for. Rodolfo Vieira minus 215. Tresean Gore plus 172. Rodolfo couldn't make things work his last time out against Andrey Petroski if his life depended on it. This is a sketchy scrap, and the reason why it's sketchy is because both of these guys are going to bring it. Rodolfo Vieira is 10-3 overall, 35 years old. We always talk about his BJJ, very good BJJ. But come on, we got to talk about his striking. We got to talk about him being able to mix it up to get the fight to the ground in the first place. He needs to get to the fight, to the mat, or else he's fucked. Vieira is 3-2 out of his last 5, beating Dustin Stolfus, Cody Brundage, and Armen Petrosian. His 2 most recent losses are to Chris Curtis and Andrey Petroski. That fight was majority striking. Rodolfo got outclassed in that fight. Matched up against Tresean Gore. A powerhouse, decently well-rounded. Tresean Gore has been fighting the who's who since the start. We already know this. He beat Josh Freeman and Antonio Tricoli. We know he went to war against Marco Tulio. No shame in losing to Marco. He's a very good striker. Let's go for the props. I like Vieira moneyline, minus 215. But Vieira by submission, plus 155. Vieira by points, plus 370, just in case Gore, we know he's tough. We know one thing about Gore is he's tough as nails. Will this fight go the distance? No, at a minus 235. Over 1.5, minus 148. Under 1.5, plus 118. Vieira by KO or submission, minus 105. Vieira by sub or points, minus 150. Give me Vieira by submission, plus 155. Give me Vieira by submission on points, minus 150. Give me the over 1.5, minus 148. Give me this fight doesn't go the distance at a minus 235. And that's what I like. Give me Vieira money line at a minus 215. Let's go Vieira for the dub. I think he should be able to get the job done. Let's go my guy Vieira for the dub. 238, 238, 238. Nathan Fletcher versus Rinya Nakamura. Rinya Nakamura said that he loves to gamble. What do you want to do after you win this fight or after you want to celebrate? What do? He said he likes to gamble. I don't know about that, Rinya Nakamura. Minus 420 for Rinya Nakamura. Nathan Fletcher plus 310. This is a banger scrap. 2 bums. I'm just kidding. I think this is a good scrap. Both of these guys sold as favorites and are looking to get back in the win column. Surprisingly, both of these guys have almost the same record. Rinya is someone who I thought very highly at one point. Everybody's going to say, yeah, he couldn't shoot if his life depended on it the last time out. But he did try to shoot. He got dropped in the first round. Showed that he can survive the full 15 minutes. Rinya is 3-1 in the UFC. He suffered his first pro loss to Mayun Gafarov. He got dropped by him, no shame. Rinya has great wrestling. He just needs to use it. And you need to start early. You can't just wait like the Mont Blackshear until the last 2 minutes and 30 seconds of round 3 and then shoot a takedown and then it gets defended and then just give up. The Mont Blackshear is a great showcase of having, gifted skills, being gifted athlete, but not putting everything together. Matched up against Nathan Fletcher. Nathan Fletcher is 9-2, only 27 years old. He got whooped by Colin Loughran when he beat him. He beat him the first time in Cage Warriors, and then he lost to him. Loughran's no longer in the UFC. I'm glad. I hate Loughran. Nathan is 3-2 out of his last 5. He's on a 3-fight win streak. Prior to his most recent loss, Fletcher beat Loughran before on Cage Warriors. We know Fletcher has a decent chin. We know that he broke his leg, and he still lost that fight by decision to Con Offley. Let's go over the props. Rinya by KO plus 380. I don't know, I just had to throw that one out there. Rinya by points minus 110. I love that one. Will this fight go the distance? Yes, at a minus 182. Over 2.5, minus 225. Love it. Rinya by KO on points minus 250. Rinya by submission on points minus 175. Guys, give me Rinya by KO on points minus 250. This fight goes the distance at a minus 182. Over 2.5, minus 225. Rinya by points at a minus 110. And I love it. Let's go Rinya by decision, 29-28. May the best man win. But Rinya, you gotta bring it. And you gotta use those gambling skills. I hear you gamble. Come on, use those gambling skills inside the cage, my guy. Let's go. Up the card, up the card, up the card. 307, 307, 307. 6 best bets in lock of the week, baby. Kevin Vallejos versus Danny Silva. I will say Kevin Vallejos was playing a little bit of mind game, saying Danny Silva was going to miss weight. He was going to do this, all of this and that, talking, tweeting. You better put all those skills into the cage, my guy, because if you come out and lose, this is going to age like milk. Kevin Vallejos is looking very short next to Danny Silva. Danny Silva's like, oh, you're that guy who's tweeting. This is the guy who's tweeting with his little Twitter thumbs. Now it's going to get real. Danny Silva plus 320. Kevin Vallejos minus 430. This is one of my favorite fights on the card. Earlier I was saying, can you imagine this fight just being 5 rounds just for the fun of it? Banger scrap. Danny Silva's a great boxer. High volume, high output, matched with forward pressure. He touches up the body, lands 7.36 significant strikes per minute. Very high volume, but still has a negative striking differential. He throws himself into the fire. He has wrestling in his back pocket. Not very good offensively, but very good defensively. Culibao, he beat him by split, and he beat Lucas Almeida, matched up against Kevin Vallejos. Both of these guys are on 4-fight win streaks. Kevin Vallejos is very technical in the striking aspect. I'm going to need Kevin Vallejos to close the distance. I'm going to need you to get in there as well. We know Danny Silva has a high volume, but he does have a negative striking differential, so you're going to have to put it on him. Great 1-2 for Kevin. Very fast, very well precise and accurate. He can wrap up a neck if needed. Kevin is only 23 years old, though. The Argentinian fighter is looking to extend his 4-fight win streak to 5. He beat Maximilo Perez, Gonzalo Contreras, Cam Teague, and beating Sung-Hoo Choi. He finished all 4 of those guys. Danny Silva's also on a 4-fight win streak. I like Vallejos by KO on points. I think Daniel Zellhuber should take notes. Kevin Vallejos by KO plus 120. Vallejos by points plus 200. Will this fight go the distance? Yes, at a plus 106. No, at a minus 134. I think there's value on both sides. I might take both of those in a different slip. Over 2.5 minus 120. Vallejos by KO on points minus 320. Give me Vallejos by KO on points minus 320. Give me the over 2.5 at a minus 120. Give me Vallejos by KO plus 120. And I'll take that this fight goes the distance. Yes, at a plus 106. Let's go, my guy, Kevin Vallejos, for the dub. I think he might be able to win this one, but he's going to have to face a little adversity. I'll go by decision. Kevin Vallejos by decision. Zaleski versus Neil Magny. This is like when you're at the barbecue and you got 2 unks going at it. Neil Magny plus 156. Elizeu Zaleski minus 194. I was going to say 2 grandpas going at it, but we got to give our respect, guys. 2 OGs going at it. 2 OGs of the game. Neil Magny is always used as a stepping stone. Neil Magny is 2-3 out of his last 5. There's only so many years you can do this. Shout out to my guy, Neil Magny, for always being down to fight. Neil's most recent wins are Phil Rowe and Mike Malott. His 3 most recent losses are Ian Gary, Michael Morales, and Carlos Prates. Neil is very well-rounded. He has an ability to slow down a fight, hold you against the cage, land some pepper shots, slow down a fight. Journeyman Magny is 22-12 in the UFC. Matched up against Zaleski. Zaleski did get knocked out by Chidi. Chidi's a decent striker. He is 2-2-1 out of his last 5. Zaleski. He went to a draw with Renat, and his 2 wins are Akubar 2 years ago, and most recently Zach Scrogan. Father time is what makes this so tricky. Zaleski to have athleticism on his side. Low confidence, I'm going to go with my guy Zaleski, but Neil Magny always makes this fight tough, competitive. A lot of people were saying that he took a dive against Carlos Prates. If you rewatch it back, it kind of looks like it didn't even hit him. Give me Zaleski for the dub. But we know Magny is always a guy who can bust your parlay. Zaleski by KO plus 340. Zaleski by points plus 195. Zaleski by points plus 195. Magny by points plus 270. If you like Magny, you can take him by points as well at plus 270. Will this fight go the distance? Yes, at a minus 142. No, at a plus 112. Over 2.5, minus 174. Zaleski by submission on points. Zaleski by sub or KO plus 180. Zaleski by KO on points minus 130. I like Zaleski by KO on points minus 130. Give me the over 2.5 minus 174. Give me that this fight goes the distance minus 142. I'll take Zaleski by KO plus 340. Let's go, my guy Zaleski for the dub. Let's go. 354. Let's go. 354. Let's go. Karol Rosa versus Nora Cornell. Now, Nora Cornell was crying on the scale. Something I did not want to see. Minus 210 for Karol Rosa. Nora Cornell plus 168. This is a very good fight on the main card. Karol Rosa is only 30 years old. The decision machine. The Brazilian that is looking to get back in the win column. She is 2-3 out of her last 5. Her most recent wins are Yana Santos and Pani Kanzar. She has 12 takedowns in 11 UFC fights. Decent takedown defense. She lost to Eileen Perez, but because of the takedown threat, it made her more hesitant. Matched up against Nora Cornell. Cornell is 9-2, 35 years old, but it feels like she's getting everything together in this state of her career. She lost to Jacqueline Cavalcanti by split. I still think Nora Cornell should get the job done, but I did not like how she was crying on the scale. Makes it feel like it was a relief. You know what I'm saying? So let's go over the props. Let's go. Let me just get rid of that notification. My bad, guys. Karol Rosa by points, minus 135. Throw it in a parlay. Cornell by KO, plus 950. Cornell by sub, plus 1,900. Will this fight go the distance? Yes, at a minus 460. Over 2.5, minus 600. Rosa by KO on points, minus 180. Karol Rosa by submission on points, minus 175. Nora by KO sub, plus 700. Nora by KO on points, plus 185. Guys, in this case, I'm going Nora Cornell. I don't recommend you bet this fight. Give me Nora Cornell at a plus 168. Just give me money line. I'll take the over 2.5 at a minus 600. And this fight goes the distance at a minus 460. Let's go Nora Cornell for the dub. Let's go, my girl. You got to bring it, though. You got to bring it. You're going to have to bring it. Estevam Ribovics is back against Elvis Brenner. Esteban minus 265. Elvis Brenner plus 210. This is a banger scrap. Esteban is a very well-rounded fighter, and I think it's only the beginning for him. He has so much time to improve at 29 years old. He is 14-2 overall, 3-2 in the UFC. He lost to Lok Rizibov, and most recently, Nazarat Hakparas. Prior to that, he was on a 3-fight winning streak, beating Kirk, Terrence Kenny, and Daniel Zellhuber. Ribovics is very light on his toes, not as technical, but he does make things work. His last time out, the only reason he lost, I always say this, is because he ran out of time. But guys, we have to admit that he did make that fight a lot closer than it needed to be. He can wrestle as well. Beautiful high kicks, decent low kicks. He just can run out of time because he needs to download data. Matched up against Elvis Brenner. Brenner came into the UFC and made waves, especially after he beat Guram Kutsaladze. He had a lot of stock, but now he lost to Mutapik Otabai and Elvis Brenner. He has a chin on him, though, and he can take a beating. He belongs here. Let's go over the props. I like Esteban by KO on points. Ribovics by KO plus 165. Ribovics by points plus 200. Will this fight go the distance? Yes, at a plus 102. No, at a minus 130. Over 2.5, minus 126. Under 2.5, minus 102. Ribovics by KO on points, minus 220. Give me Ribovics by KO on points, minus 220. Give me the over 2.5, minus 126. I'll take Ribovics by KO plus 165. And give me Ribovics by points at a plus 200. Just for the hell of it. Let's go, my guy Ribovics for the dub. Let's go. 441. Mateus Rebecki versus Chris Duncan. Had to take a sip of water for that one. Let's go. All right, here we go. Chris Duncan, plus 176. Mateusz Rebecki, minus 220. This is a good fight here as well. Chris Duncan comes from the American top team. Duncan has cashed as a dog multiple times before. He's tough as nails. Chris Duncan is crazy when it comes to just being the comeback king. Low hands, can eat one to give one. 14 takedowns in 6 fights in the UFC. He's coming off of a crazy submission win over Jordan Vasenik. He's now on a 2-fight win streak, submitting both of those guys, Balahi and Jordan Vasenik. Matched up against the relentless forward pressure wrestler Mateusz Rebecki. I always think Rebecki's older than he actually is. He's only 32. Both of them are only 32. Both are 4-1 in their last 5. Rebecki's most recent losses to Diego Ferreira. Duncan's most recent losses to Manuel Torres. Be careful with this fight, guys. Be careful. I feel like this fight is going to be a little sketchy and be careful. You guys know always with the co-main event, there's always something. Rebecki's best win is his most recent bout against Orobai, in my opinion. He faced so much adversity in that war, which was only 8 months ago. Chris Duncan is durable. He's the comeback king. Let's go over the props. Rebecki by KO plus 200. Rebecki by points plus 280. Duncan by sub plus 950. Come on, it's worth a sprinkle. I'm not going to sprinkle it, but if you're on Duncan, look at how much taller he is. He looks like he's ready. Will this fight go the distance? Yes at a plus 158. No at a minus 205. Under 2.5, minus 152. Rebecki by KO on points, minus 145. Give me Rebecki by KO on points, minus 145. Give me the under 2.5, minus 152. Give me this fight doesn't go the distance, minus 205. And give me Rebecki by KO, plus 200. And Rebecki by points at a plus 280. Just for the hell of it, just for a sprinkle. Let's go Rebecki for the dub. I love Rebecki by KO on points, minus 145. Let's go, my guy. Let's go. It's going to be a crazy, crazy card, guys. Crazy card. Hong Sung Park versus Taira. Taira, minus 350, minus 355. Hong Sung Park, plus 270. Hong Sung Park was supposed to fight Steve Erceg next week. We know that Erceg is fighting Ode Osborne next week. I'll break it down for you guys on Sunday. Hong Sung Park got his UFC contract extended for taking this fight. I think this is a better, God damn, I think this is a better event than Albazi. 2 athletes from Asia going at it. Park is 10-0 from South Korea, looking to make it 11-0. Park's most recent win is an impressive win. Park submitted Carlos Hernandez by rear naked choke. Park has 5 wins by sub, 4 wins by KO, and only has 1 win by decision. Taira is 16-1 overall, coming off of that loss to Brandon Royval. He is 6-1 in the UFC. He's been scheduled to go 5 rounds twice, and he went the full 5 rounds against Royval. So I give him that credit. Taira has 7 wins by sub, 5 wins by KO, and 4 wins by decision. I think Taira gets it done by either creating an injury like he did against Perez, or having success overall, the better cardio, and pushing it to the limit. We know that Taira can sometimes end up on his back, end up getting controlled. Taira, I'm going to need you to lock in. The moment you get on your back, you got to work your way up and be careful of getting your neck snatched, because Hong Sung Park is almost like a mirror fight. This is almost like a mirror fight. You know when you're in a video game and you're on the final boss and you have to fight the mirror version of you? This is exactly what's going on here. Taira, 48-47 unanimous decision for me. I like Taira by 48-46, 48-47, and 48-47 unanimous decision. But I will say Hong Sung Park is going to bring it. I wouldn't even be surprised if this is a split 48-47 win for Taira. Let's go over the props. Park by points, plus 800. It's worth a sprinkle. You know, I will say Park can definitely win this fight, guys. He has very good cardio. Taira by sub, plus 165. I love it. Taira by KO, plus 550. You know that if he creates an injury, it counts as a KO. TKO, Corey, Sanhagen, Figueredo. Taira by points, plus 230. Worth the sprinkle. Will this fight go the distance? Yes at a plus 150. No at a minus 196. Over 3.5, plus 102. Under 3.5, minus 128. Taira by KO or sub, minus 110. Taira by KO on points, plus 125. Taira by submission on points, minus 200. Park by sub or points, plus 400. So, give me Taira moneyline at a minus 355. I'll take Taira by points, plus 230. Give me Taira by sub, plus 165. I'll take this fight doesn't go the distance, minus 196. Give me the under 3.5, minus 128. But you guys know I love that over 2.5. Give me Taira by KO or sub, minus 110. And give me Taira by submission on points at a minus 200 to win. I'm going to go by 48-47 split decision, or maybe by submission on points. If he doesn't get the submission, I'm going to go by 48-47. Split decision win for Taira. Let me know what you guys think, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, guys. It's going to be a banger card. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know your favorite parlays. You guys can do Taira, Rinya, Nakamura, the Argentinian parlay. But be careful. Be safe. Enjoy this weekend. It's already August. Dana White Contender Series is creeping up. And I'll be there. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Hey, have a great day and an even better weekend. Hey, peace.